A China crash costing Australia $10 billion a month. Are we in free fall? Is this the end? Let's have a look. Good morning, everyone. Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your hashtag not sponsored cheap coffee, and let's have a look at an article I found on Yahoo Finance by Stephen Koukoulas, everyone's favorite, PM-connected top economist here in Australia. Let's have a look at his take here because, as we all know, negative news sells. It gets attention. As a YouTuber, I definitely know that. I'll do positive videos, no one cares. You do something even with a little bit of fear, and everyone jumps on board. Now, that's an understandable evolutionary response. We can't really be angry at the way the game is. But let's look at this one here. So, a China crash leaves Australia in $10 billion a month free fall, As Australia's domestic economy hits a brick wall, sparking concerns of yet higher unemployment. Okay, so let's look at that higher unemployment here. And I've got the labour force statistics from the ABS. And we're just looking at it live here on the web. I haven't brought it over to OneNote to draw on. But if we scroll down here, okay, higher unemployment. What are we at? 4%. 4% seasonally adjusted. Yeah. Now, we're still a long way from 5%. We're still a long way from 5.8%. We're still a long way from 6%. 4% over the last decade is still very, very low. Okay, higher unemployment. Sure, it may be higher unemployment, but will it necessarily be high unemployment? This is why when you read these type of things, we need to look at it in context as well. And if, you want to make sure that you've got the right skills, that you're not going to be the one cut off first. That's the challenge. Okay, and then rising mortgage arrears. And what is the article this is linking to, the mortgage arrears that we have here? And it's another article here. The incredible salary Aussies need to comfortably buy a home. Now, you know what, let's jump back to, do we have wages here? Unemployment, maybe go back here. Average weekly earnings. For males in the public sector, there you go, boys, head in the public sector, $2,183 a week. Women, $1,956 a week. There you go, head to the public sector. Just bite the bullet, put up with it, do it. Go on. So, when we're talking about wages, when we're talking about buying a home and, the incredible salary that you need, it's not that incredible. You've got to understand. So a couple of households need to be earning at least, $293,000 to be living in Sydney. Yeah, Sydney is not for the average person. I'm sorry if this is the first time you're realizing this. A salary of $165 would be required by someone to buy a unit stress-free. So is that a household or individual? Okay, we need to look at a few things. The average income in Sydney for people living in Sydney is $98,000. Yes, Sydney is not for the average person, but you got a household of two people, each earning $98,000. You're well within the $165,000 that you need to comfortably buy a unit, which is a starter property. When we're looking at these average things, you'll find a lot of articles push out the median or the average salary earned by an Australian adult, but that includes all of the people that are unemployed, all of the people that are retired, all of the people that are earning bugger all of the people that are outside of the time frame that when you need to buy a house. Okay, I know we all want to do the whole live at home and work at Macca's, then amass a property empire. But usually people go through a few other things. You go to do your studies, do your trades, have adventures, then you settle down and start a family and buy a home. So we need to look at the income of people in those prime years, and that's what we need to judge by earnings. So, okay. I tried to find some mortgage arrears data. And I was looking at APRA, I was looking at ABS. What I found here is something kind of interesting. Not exactly what I wanted, but I think it'll be good. There we go. We'll bring this up here. Oh, it's a bit big. We'll resize this. This is from Where did I get this from? From the RBA. This is their statistics. We can look at a few figures here. you've got household debt to income. This is the ratio of household debt to annualized household disposable income. It's quarterly, and it's the original data, and it's percent based. So from March, you've got 184.7%. Oh boy, that sounds bad. Let's go back in time a little bit and have a look. Because if we average this out over, when the data sets from, I think, the 70s, we go all the way back, this looks really bad. But let's just scroll up here. And if you didn't know, down in Excel, you've got the average here. It just works it out for us here. So if we go back to July or June of 2019, we're still at 185.7%. If we go back even more to 2012, we're at 179.4%, 0.1% of March of 2012. So sure, it's looking bad. We go back, let's go back to 2008, just to the GFC. Okay, we're still at 175.3% average. So the 185 we've got here, sure, it's higher, it's gone up, but it's not as dramatic and scary as the media might have you believe. So let's go back to, we'll go back to 99. I'm the class of 99. I'm a geriatric, millennial, demi-boomer, at least in my mindset. So if we average it back to then, it was 163.4 over that time period. So of course it's going up. It is going up. But I mean, look at the jump here. Look at the jump, 2000. We're seeing 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40. I wonder if this is housing manifesting right there. That's probably what it is. So sure, our household debt to income, or disposable income, has gone up. But for funsies, let's go right back to the data. What do they have? 88. And what's the average? 137. 137. That's the average. So yeah, you can see it's definitely going up. Things are definitely getting worse. But if we compare it to the last decade, it's not as drastic a change as you might expect. What else do we have here? You've got household assets to income. So the ratio of housing assets to annualized household disposable income. Okay, let's have a look at this. So 615.6% now. If we go up, that's going up as well. There you go. Look at that. We go back to 2000. 2000. The average there is 470%. It was 350 roughly. And you can see that's going up here. And you've got all the notes here. You can download this and have a play with this and see some of the data yourself, just to get an understanding of what's actually going on. Sure, things are changing over time, but it's a lot. It's not as dramatic as the media will have us expect. So with that in mind, let's go back to this article here. So, higher business insolvencies. Australia's dominant export market. Oh, business insolvency, I didn't even look into that. But yes, insolvencies have jumped back up. We had a decline because they intervened. They changed the rules. They changed the rules and allowed businesses to trade while insolvent. And I was terrified at the prospect of that when they announced that. Probably because I'm a small business owner and I've been gypped a few times. Not too many. I've had it pretty good, to be honest. Only twice, 3 times. I had one big multi-millionaire break a contract that you got to decide if you're going to fight it or take what they pay you. That's the fun of being a small business. And we had one restaurant owner who could suddenly speak English after they decided not to pay us. That was funny. That was actually on me, because the company they signed the contract was different to the company that they were using to set up their restaurant. So I learned something there. The third one was a dodgy guy who I should have gone with my instincts. You can tell when you meet someone. You can tell when they're just, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. If we were to see a period of ongoing Chinese economic weakness, it would present deeper problems from an already vulnerable global economy. It would almost inevitably see further weakness in commodity prices and the volumes. Okay. This is just the same old, same old. I don't even know if I can be bothered going through it, to be honest. It's, China's going to collapse. Here's a picture of woe that can be painted for Australia based on this scenario if it happens? Let's have a bit of a chat about this one, guys. Now, I'm kind of getting frustrated at these type of takes. You know, China's going to collapse down. It's all going to shit. Australia's going to crumble. Sure, we're heavily dependent on the Chinese economy for a significant proportion of our exports, but you've got to remember there are other players out there too. When China cut off entire sectors years ago for political reasons, what happened? Did our industries collapse? Did Australia fall into a recession? No, there are other buyers for our goods and services. Our exports continued. Life goes on. Now, is this just a normalcy bias I have, perhaps? Or is it just layers of cynicism that have been developed over years of looking at a lot of this economic news and being skeptical of how it's portrayed in the media to attract your attention, to work with the algorithms, to work with the clicks? You tell me, guys. I mean, we had the whole fear that BRICS is coming up and the dollar's crashing and the gold is going to the moon. Bitcoin will be the savior. How much of it is real or just, well, entertainment and fear? I mean, how are you going in business? One thing, here's very anecdotally, I have a very small business. I've got a limited presence online with my architectural practice. All of our work right now is repeat work. I'm flat out at the moment. I haven't even, which is a very good problem, I haven't really gotten out there and networked in some time. So when I start getting phone calls from people looking for work, that may be a sign that they're starting to cast the net a bit wider. So the phone's starting to ring with people going, "Oh, do you have anything we could tender on? Do you have anything we could look at?" So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe it's going from crazy to just normal. And often if you're used to working at such insane intensities, going back to normal, it feels like you're not moving at all. It could be that you're damaged. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Apologies for the lackluster uploading schedule. I'll try and get back to one video a day, but I'm frankly flat out, and we're just trying to get the house progressed. We need to get back in here. We've got all the steel done. I'll do an update soon. Steel's all done. Structural engineers inspected it, and I'm now getting quotes to just put the flooring on, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.